Hi everyone, my name is Yüksel and today we're gonna talk about how to get leads as a real estate agent. So before we get into it, let's just understand how this table works. So we have two parts on here and two parts on here. So people who know you, friends, family, whatever. And one-to-one means the that it is, on like a personal level, just speaking one-to-one. Now we have people who don't know us, and one-to-one works the same. Then we have people who know us, but it's like we're trying to get in front of multiple people. Now this can work with social media. Then at last we have one-to-many and people who don't know us, and this is paid ads. Now let's start with people who know us and one-to-one. So let's start with sphere of interest. This is a great starting point because everyone has this. Everyone has friends, family, neighbors, personal connections, people that they know, maybe old friends. So just at start, hit these people up, just catch up with them, ask them how it's going, how everybody's been, how everything is going. Then we have local partnerships. This can be mortgage brokers, divorce attorneys, renovators, moving companies, etc. We have a lot of options here. Now, these partnerships are really important because you work together. You can, help them and they can help you get leads, or just in general, you can help each other. Now, after that, we have local events. These are really important because our main goal is to be our local like superhero. We need to be everywhere. We need to know everything. We need to attend everything. We have to be, friends with everyone. At least we have to know everyone. So this is great for networking, local events, networking events and shit. Then we have open houses. Now, if you're not doing this, you are missing out. I don't even think I need to explain this. Just do more open houses. Then we have local businesses. Like I said, we have to be local. We have to know everyone. We have to be, you know, knowledgeable about everything in our area. So this can be gyms, coffee shops, restaurants, where people hang out. Remember, when you're doing all this, we are offering them help. We're not trying to sell anything. We're not trying to push anyone. We're just offering our help. So go in there with the intention of just helping them, not try to sell them anything, not try to, you know, say some dumb shit. Okay, now I wanna let's get into people who don't know us, and it is one-to-one. Now this is probably the worst part of it because it takes time, it takes a lot of volume, and it takes a lot of courage because it is so hard because you're repeatedly gonna get answers of something like, get the fuck out of here, shut the fuck up, I don't know you, don't try to sell me anything, i'm tired of I'm tired of you guys. You're gonna get these messages, but eventually, as long as you keep going, as long as you don't give up, you're gonna find people. Now it is hard, like I said, but it is achievable. And the great thing about this is it doesn't cost money, it just costs your time. And this is a great way to get better at sales because you need these skills in real life in anything. Okay, let's start. Now we gotta start with cold calling. Now, cold calling is just reaching out in a friendly way. Like I said, we gotta be friendly and we gotta offer them our help. That's it. Start a genuine conversation to see if there might be a fit in the future. We're not trying to push anything, okay? Cold DMs. Now, cold DMs should be personal. It should feel personal and real. Now, I'm talking aside from all those, many chat automations, those automated messages. I'm not talking about those. Just reaching out to people as yourself, and you gotta do it in a personal way so they can respond back, they can have a conversation with you, you can get them to know you. Now cold email is basically just having these email lists and just sending emails. Now door knocking, this is not suitable for everyone depending on where you live. But if you live in a residential neighborhood where it's just houses, not really a lot of tall buildings, flats, this is a great way. But like I said, if there's no soliciting signs, don't try to push anything. Don't go in there. But it is face-to-face connection, and it builds trust quickly. If you can, do the talking in a really great way, it can lead to honest conversations. Okay, now let's talk about social media, and I think this is the most important part. And probably, I'm gonna be talking about social media and how to use it a lot in this channel. So let me just put it like this. Okay, now I will go about this like a funnel. So TikTok should be the top of the funnel, which is great for reach and visibility. A lot of people can see our stuff. Now the key here is to go with the trends, and after that, after you get a lot of followers, because it is easy to get followers. Just one video pops up, gets views, and you can have hundreds of thousands of followers. Like this happens on like a daily basis to people, so it's not really hard. Just go with the trends. Obviously, as real estate agents, we have a bit narrow people that we're looking for, but still you can kind of go out of line here. Just go with the trends and try to mix stuff up with real estate. Then after that, our goal should be directing these followers, these people, to Instagram. We need to have friction here. We need to have filters here because, like I said, there's a lot of people that are probably not interested in the stuff we're gonna talk about or we're talking about. So yeah, direct people to Instagram. Now, Instagram, I think, is the most important one after YouTube. It's like the middle of the funnel where we kind of, mix trust and personality. You gotta put your personality in here. Let me just give you a little bit of content ideas. Kind of stuff like, quick house tours, some videos like 3 mistakes buyers make. So kind of keep it educational, but put your twist on it with your personality. And we have a great way to um, get leads, qualified leads here, which is ManyChat automations. It is basically, imagine it like you make an educational video, then you talk about some certain stuff, then you actually have a full video about it, and the only way they can reach that full video is them DMing you a certain word. Then you're gonna start a conversation with them, actually you know post the video, send the video to them. So ManyChat automations are really effective on Instagram. Also, we have stories. On stories, you can interact with those people, you can do polls, you can do Q&As. Now YouTube is definitely most important one, the most important one. Why? Because it can create the most authority. Because the more people watch you, the more watch time they get from you is equivalent to getting more trust, building more authority. And you should be like, if you're not using TikTok, that's all right, but you gotta be using Instagram, you gotta be using YouTube. On YouTube, you can post videos like longer videos, obviously, neighborhood guides, full house tours, buying, selling guides. Just spend time with your people, right? With your customers, potential customers, and keep it more professional. Like I said, no, keep your personality more into the Instagram side of things, and on YouTube, keep it more professional. And the great thing about YouTube is it can always be searched. Instagram doesn't have a search bar, for example, where YouTube you can type exact thing and get exact video about that. And even if that video was 20 years, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you're gonna reach that video. That's the great thing about YouTube. Now, at last, we gotta talk about paid ads, obviously, which most people have bad experiences with, and that's why people don't really use it. Maybe they worked with agencies that provided horrible results, but people don't love paid ads. The other reason is obviously you pay money, and if you're creative, if your plan isn't really great, you're not gonna get a lot of results, even if you pay a lot. Still, it's about the creative. So okay, people who don't know you, one too many paid ads. Let's get straight into it. Let's start with meta ads, which is also known as Facebook ads. It is interruption based. No, people are not searching for real estate. They're just scrolling on Instagram and or Facebook, and they come across these videos. So it is, like I said, interruption based, which is kind of hard to get them from scrolling to being a potential customer. But the great thing that meta ads have is lead forms, which kind of creates a few seconds or minutes of barrier where they put in their name, number, email, where we can upload into our CRMs and use it to call use our cold outreach techniques to get them into possible leads, possible customers. Other than that, we have Google Ads. Google Ads is intent based. People type things and get results according to that thing that they typed. So it is intent based. Some examples can be, real estate agent in Miami, buy house in Austin, sell my house fast. It is more expensive, but it is more direct. And lastly, we gotta talk about YouTube ads. It is great for exposure and retargeting. The great thing about YouTube ads is, and most people don't know this, free views if they don't watch the whole thing, whole 30 seconds, or if they don't click on the ads, you don't pay anything for that lead, for that view or whatever. So it is a great way to get exposure, get a lot of people see your stuff. Okay, so today we talked about how to get leads as a real estate agent. Now, if you have any questions, any concerns, any video ideas, you can comment it down below. And this is my first video. Obviously, things are not perfect. Obviously, I'm not perfect, but eventually the production is gonna get better. I'm gonna get better, and I'm here to help you guys. So yeah, see you guys on the next video.